Hello there, a very happy Friday to everybody. Let me know if the audio is clear. And while we wait for the rest of us to stream in, I'm gonna quickly do a check to see that I'm indeed live and that the audio is wonderful. So if you're watching this live, give me a hashtag live in the comments. If you're watching the replay, give me a hashtag replay. I see Andrew. So if you're watching this live, give me a hashtag live. Very good. I hear myself loud and clear. If you're watching this replay sometime in the future over at my YouTube channel, do leave a comment as well and let me know where you're from. What time is it over there? I see Daniel is live, Edmund is live. Today, we're going to talk about the complete closer. I think most of you have been around for some time, long enough to realize what is wrong with a lot of the methods and the models and the things that basically you have invested your time. I see Carla is live as well. Wonderful. Your time, money, effort, and energy, you have put it all in, and what you're getting is not making you complete. Okay, so let's quickly check the comments. Where is everybody from? What time is it over there? So while we wait for the rest to stream in, I know that there's actually some of you that just joined the group just for this training. Maybe you saw an email, maybe you saw a post. I would like to welcome you to the group. If you're watching this training sometime in the future, the replay, maybe on my YouTube channel as well. Philippines, 9 p.m., Andrew, 9 p.m., same time zone. You can always hop over to our Facebook group at Sena.live. Okay. And I want to give a shout out to my team. That is Jay on the left, that is Andrea on the right. Without their daily help and support, we would not be able to build this brand, this company, this machine that's able to help closers like you that have the determination, okay, that have the professional attitude to want to do this. It's all thanks to them that I can be in front, creating content, coaching our students. Okay, so this is a team effort. There's no 6FC without them, and there's no 6FC without you. Also, shout out to Mr. Andrew Wong, who's also on my team as well, and that is my younger brother, Sean Lim. So that's the 5 of us. And now I want to show you this screenshot. Let me know if it's big enough for your screen, because is this great? This was probably from some kind of an ad, a Facebook ad or a YouTube video that you saw when you were still in your job and you were thinking, technically, this does make sense, right? When you have an influencer that has a great offer, 5K, 7K, 10K, 20K, and then they're running ads, right? They have a great funnel. This is from my influencer, by the way. Okay, the one on the left, this one. He says, if you can't see, he says the ads. I'm not sure if I can zoom in. Okay, so I can't really zoom in. Okay, so I'll just read what he's saying. Okay, he's saying, hey, Sean, there's a call scheduled in 10 minutes. Can you do it? And then Robert, 3 p.m. He says, can you do it? And I said, sorry, give me a missed call. And I said, sorry, I can't do that. He says, okay. So we have a lot of space for communication and negotiation. That's one thing I really enjoy the most, working with this influencer. And then he says, ads restarting today. All issues have cleared. So the calls come in, and then my calendar goes book, 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 book. Okay, and then on the right is what happens if you can close, 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 close. And my question to you is this great? Yes or no? If it's great, give me a hashtag great in the chat, because I know this is the ideal. This is what your dream is. To just sit here by your computer and you wait. And the influencer is just throwing calls your way, and then you just appear on Zoom, like right now I'm on Zoom, and then you do your thing, and then you get paid, and then just one of these emails is enough to replace your day job, right? I know this is the dream, but are you aware that these leads cost money? My influencer is spending hundreds and thousands of dollars on ads, and for every call that I close, he makes the money back. He's letting me do all the calls, by the way. And if I don't close, then he's not going to give me this anymore. Does it make sense? And then he's not going to be so nice to me anymore. And I'm probably not going to be on this team anymore, right? Because you have to earn this freedom, you know, and that's what they don't want to tell you on the ads. They want to make you think it's easy. Of course, then you will buy into their shit, right? Isn't that what we all did? I did it as well. Then I realized, okay, there is a gap, because to really get here, they have to trust you, you know, because if you don't close, they can just snap their fingers and you are out of the team. It doesn't matter what contract you sign. It doesn't matter what agreement you send them. If you don't close, you're out. It's that simple. So the point I'm trying to say is this is great, but this could disappear anytime. Andrea, what drink is this? Ginseng? And I won't be able to sleep later. This could disappear anytime. Then what happens to your career? Because what I'm getting is a lot of closers are going in and out of teams, and then the ads pause, or the influencers go on vacation, and then they're telling the closers, wait, be patient, we are building. And then it's weeks and months. And you know, since starting this company, it's been a few years, right? And there are closers that have already went back to a job, and they don't reply to my messages anymore. They don't want to talk about closing anymore. This experience left a bitter, sour taste in their mouth, because the program or the coaches that they bought into did not prepare them for this moment. And so they keep getting stuck in teams and it's not moving. And do you realize, I hope you guys realize this by now, right? That it's not the influencer's job to take care of you. How many of you feel that way, that my influencer is not taking care of me? If I died tomorrow, my influencer would probably just unfriend me on Facebook, and that would be the end of it. How many of you feel that way? Because that is the reality. You know, they are not your parents. They are not your anyone. If you died tomorrow, they'll just get the next better closer, and then life continues for them. So if you have this mentality of I'm in a job, I'm working for my influencer is my boss, there's no security, because tomorrow this could happen, and then that will be the end of it. They are not here to take care of you. You are not their priority at all. Do you think anyone would be this nice to me if I didn't deliver? Do you think anyone will be this nice to me if I don't perform? It was my birthday this past week, and then my influencer was like, hey, can I send you a gift? You know, can I give you something, anything? If I don't perform, okay, it's the end of the whole thing. Okay, so this is what you want, right? You want to check your PayPal, and then end of the month, I have all this money coming in. If you're young in your 20s, you could probably buy a car. There will be no problems with your daily expenses. You could probably rent a place for yourself. If you're single, find a girlfriend, find a boyfriend. Okay, if you're having a family, this is still a comfortable amount to earn. Okay, and this is what they want to sell you on. And they especially have to make you think you are one call away. You are one course away. You are a few weeks away from this. Of course, they have to sell you on that. And if you are fooled once, okay, that's on them. If you're full twice or more, that's on you, because you should realize that if everyone can do this, call, close, then pretty much everyone you know will be closing remotely full-time. But how many people do you really know, other than you and me, that's actually doing this full-time? Do you know that other than my martial arts coaching days, if I were to go on LinkedIn, the only thing I can put on my resume is remote closer. David, finally someone speaking truth. Yes, because I don't make my money from you guys. You know how people always say, if it's really that good, why don't you, go and do it yourself? Yeah, that's exactly what I'm doing. It's really so good that I want to close. Okay, and by the time this happens, it's not easy. Okay, the following things must have had to happen. First, you must have adulted. Okay, by the way, Jay, there's this guy that's texting me. I think it's in the archive messages. He's asking for a fluent Spanish closer. Okay, you can go check that guy out. The first thing is you must have adulted. Okay, I'm going to explain what adulting means. I don't want to deal with kids, And it's not a matter of age, it's really the mentality. Okay, you are able to command your own pipeline. Like today, Jay in my company, okay, he's in full control of our pipeline. I'm letting him handle all the sales and all things sales related. He is actually doing this with my business. So how much leads he wants to have, how many closes he wants to have, it's entirely under his command. So this kind of thing can only happen if, without the influencer feeding ads to you, you are able to get calls on your own. Of course, if they give you, that's great. But if they don't, you can always get calls and then you can just close. Okay. So the sense of security of how much money I'm going to make as a career, as a professional career. You know what does professional mean? It means when it's time to be on your computer, you're on your computer. When you have to deliver KPIs, you deliver KPIs. It's a profession. Same thing, fireman, policeman, soldier, okay? It's a profession. The security in your finances now comes from your own power that you can set and you can close. This has to be completed. I wish you should have seen this as an ad, or you should have had this moment of real talk to clarify your expectations of, I'm going to come online to make money now, but it is not going to be easy internet money. A lot of people subconsciously have that mentality that I just need to get on the internet and make easy money like that. Okay, it's precisely because of this mentality that you become a victim of people that prey on people with that shortcut mentality. Also, by the time you're financially self-sufficient as a remote closer, this must have stopped happening. Okay, first, adult. Okay, all ownership is on you. That's number one. Number two, no more wasting time in dormant teams. I always tell my students that you have maximum 2 weeks. You join the team. Before you join, you have to qualify. Okay, and I'm going to explain how to qualify in a moment. You qualify if it makes sense you join. If after you join, you realize that either the coach is not congruent, they have no ethics, or they are not ready to hire closers, you have the maximum 2 weeks of your precious life to say, look, as much as this was a trial for you, it was also a trial for me, and I don't think it's really aligned. I want to be direct and transparent. I got to leave. No hard feelings. And you go. You quit. Okay, you don't feel bad about leaving. You don't feel worried if you can't get better. No more waiting. If there's any more waiting, that's on you. Because the time spent inside the dormant team could be used to connect with 10 new influencers. Okay, I don't believe if you connect with 10 every day, every week, you cannot find a better team. Okay? It's all in your mentality. No more reliance on incongruent or passive coaches. It's easy for anyone to create a closer program and sit back and tell you, my student was telling me, one of his previous coaches kept telling him, think out of the box. Whenever he brings a problem to his coach, he said, Coach, I'm stuck. Can you help me? The coach said, think out of the box. Think out of the box. What box? What box? Because anyone can say, think out of the box, but exactly what is the coaching? Where is the coaching? There's none. So you want to truly be self-sufficient, you cannot rely on these people to guide you. They actually depend on you being reliant on them, if that makes any sense at all. Okay, so that they can keep siphoning money from you. Okay. At the end of the day, you have to take full ownership. And if you're one-dimensional, then you have weaknesses and then you become vulnerable. Okay. Margaret, there's no box. I was born into a box. I'm not staying in it. Yes. All of us walk into boxes from time to time, but once we grow out of it, okay, it's our choice whether to pretend that we don't know, okay, or make a choice to become stronger. Okay, so I'm going to get into the real thing. Everyone who's ready to do the training, give me a hashtag ready. Are you done with the following? Okay, getting told to be patient and waiting and waiting and waiting. Okay, every month when I check in with different closers, they're still waiting. They're getting lost in the shuffle. Some of you are getting disrespected, getting ghosted. Okay, the influencers don't reply you and you feel like, who do you think you are? Just because you're an influencer, you don't reply to my message. Okay, and you're tired of getting lost in the shuffle. And you're tired of investing in closer programs. So you need to realize that, number one, they're generic, right? Like I said, today, you can also start a closer program. Do you know that? Module 1, think out of the box. Module 2, be patient. Module 3, study harder. Module 4, go and role play. Okay, this kind of shit program is not going to help us. Okay, so if you're done with this and you want to wake up to actually seeing your calendar filled, okay, and you don't actually feel pressure that, oh, if I can't close, my influencer is going to either reprimand me or remove me, because why? At least 50% to 75% of the leads are actually your own leads. You know what I'm saying? It's actually your own pipeline. And you have this skill because, like Jay, okay, you can bring your own pipeline to any company you join. And if you actually don't want to close the leads, there's no pressure. You can tell the leads, don't join, because there's no cost to those leads. It's your own, right? You're not burning someone else's leads. It gives you the chance to grow. It gives you the chance to practice. And what's going to happen is, because you actually prove yourself that, look, I can bring my own leads. I practice and improve because I have my own leads. So what's going to happen is, when the influencer actually has quality leads to close, who does he trust? Does he trust the guy that just graduated from a program and says, give me a job, give me a job? Or does he trust the guy that says, don't give me leads. I actually have, my calendar is actually full and I don't want your leads anymore because I have a lot of my own leads to close. How about we build a team? Okay, who do you think the influencer is going to trust more? So when you feel secure that you're able to be this complete closer, and you know that, I don't know what's the exact percentage, but pretty much everyone else struggle to even get the basics of what we are doing right. You know why? Because you buy a course, they teach you generic theory. They waste your time. So when it gets to the actual live conversation, when it gets to an actual live call, and you have fear or you're unsure about your closing chops, the theory doesn't make you feel confident. There's no one or nothing that you can fall back on to say, what should I say? How should I handle this? What did I do wrong? What can I improve? Okay, so with that kind of support, That's how you're actually going to beat the learning curve and become self-sufficient and stand on your own feet. Okay. If you've been seeing my posts, and I really appreciate all your comments on my posts. Okay, especially the birthday one is like hundreds of comments. Okay, if you've seen my content, I keep talking about this one-dimensional closer, right? What is a one-dimensional closer? Okay, a one-dimensional closer, he only has the closing skill. So other than that, if you talk about the ability to get calls booked, the ability to have your own leads, they don't have it. And because they don't have it, they're always dependent. They're dependent on other coaches. They are dependent on the newest coaching program. They're dependent on the strength of the influencer's funnel. They're dependent on whether the influencer decides to pause or unpause their funnel. Everything. They actually have no control over their income. Okay, so what's going to happen is they always experience the income ceiling. Okay, and life is always going to catch up with you. Right? The bills are going to grow, your responsibilities are going to grow, your goals you want to grow. So how much can your job actually fulfill all these things? You came into this space because you don't want the income ceiling. So does it make sense when you buy into this idea that I don't want to prospect, I don't want to do all these things, I just want to close, I just want to live the dream? Do you know how long it took me to get here? To have the trust of my influencer, to have the trust of my prospects, to have the trust from myself. Okay? That's how you break the income ceiling. I'm in my 4th year and I'm still learning. I'm still growing. I still want to close. Okay, I'm still figuring this out. But the only thing I'm certain is I cannot be a one-dimensional closer. Okay, and this was the guy sitting on the couch. Okay, his name is Mark. He's an influencer for Jay and I in 2018. Actually, he was the guy that inspired me to complete my skill sets. You saw my post today, right? I shared that. He asked me, Sean, why do all your closer friends keep saying I want to disqualify influencers? Have they actually closed before? And I say most of them no. Then why don't they want to pay their dues? And I said because we were taught to qualify for a strong funnel, qualify for strong leads, qualify for everything to be the best, and then we just wait and then take calls. And he said, are you crazy? And I said, what do you mean? He said, if you are an A-grade superstar closer, of course people will say, please close for me, right? But if you just taken a course, do you really believe that people will give you the leads that they spend hundreds of dollars for you to just practice your skills on? And I thought about it because I have my own martial arts business before. And I would think I would never actually give my leads to an unproven closer. So he told me, Sean, I want you to do cold calling. I want you to go and prospect for leads. Because then how do I know that I can give you my leads? And I said, that makes sense because I haven't proven it myself. And then he said, if you can close 5 paid in full, I will sponsor you a trip. And I went to this with Jay, okay, to Toronto, which was fucking cold, by the way. I almost died. Because I live in Singapore, it's super hot. When I went to Toronto, it's so cold, I almost died. I really, really almost died. Okay, it's all thanks to the Korean steamboat that kept me alive. And he said, if you close 5, I will sponsor you a trip to Toronto and train with Bob. Okay, and I actually made it. But it's during that time when I was learning the skill of texting people, following up, getting people on calls that I finally realized, whoa, now that I actually have this skill, then I don't even need Mark's leads anymore. It got to a point where Mark said, I have a call for you. I said, I don't have time and space to take your calls anymore. Let's build a team. And then we build a team. Okay. So now you understand the definition of being one-dimensional. What is the definition of being complete? Okay. First, like I said, you're able to adapt. Okay, and there are 4 things in this training today that I want you to take home and really sit on this. I'm going to go deeper into all of this. Okay, number 1, I want to see adults only. Number 2, okay, it's a unique closer brand. I always emphasize this unique closer brand. Whether you realize it or not, the moment, like some of you guys are commenting on a post now, the moment you comment, I see your comment, I see your profile photo. Believe it or not, that is a brand. How you carry yourself, the content I see when I click on that little circular thumbnail because you commented, I see your profile, I see the things you post, I see your photos, I see your vibe, I see your energy, I see your substance. That is your brand. So whether you attract good influencers, whether you get ghosted, a lot of it comes from your reputation. Okay. Number 3, self-sufficiency. Number 4, limiting beliefs. Okay, I'm going to go deeper in all of this. First one, regarding this adulting thing, I want to really classify all of us into 3 groups of people. Number 1 is the child, and this has nothing to do with age. This is your mentality. I have had to deal with closers over the years where we have work to do, because we want to train, right? You want to get good. Because when the interviewer tests you, when your influencer tests you, when the prospect tests you, you want to be ready, right? You got to put in your reps, right? So I want to see training. I want to see effort. I want to see work. And then some closers, when we have meetings, whether it was someone that worked for me, whether it's someone that is coaching, there's a small percentage of kids that I say, pull out your work. And then there's nothing. I say, how many people did you text today? Nothing. How many people did you follow up call today? Nothing. Where's your worksheets? Nothing. These are kids, You have to check their school bag. You have to check their pencil box. You have to check whether their pen have ink. And then these are the same people that say, oh, I cannot find influencer. Their leads are bad. Their offers are bad. Okay. Some of you are business owners attending this training. Do you want to deal with children? As cute and as lovable as they are, do we have time for them? In between is a teenager, okay? You still need to nudge them a little bit, and then they're like, oh, okay, I'll go wash the dishes, I'll go take out the trash, and then you still have to, nudge them a little bit. And then adults, what is your definition of an adult? For me, an adult is someone who takes the initiative to get things done. They actually have the initiative, okay, to think of which influencer is actually going to qualify. Which teams will I say no? When they want me to do certain tasks or errands or certain thing that's out of my boundaries, I'm going to say no. And then when I see a problem that's in my zone of genius as a sales leader, I'm going to say yes. And sometimes even without them nudging me, without them prompting me, without them checking, I will go and solve those things. I will make suggestions. I will bring value to the table. Okay. The more you move towards an adult, okay, the more visible, okay, the A-grade influencers start to become. The more you move towards the child, okay, the more invisible, the more they actually avoid you. Okay, so depending on what you're experiencing, you want to stop and do a little bit of a self-check and say, where am I really? Where am I in this spectrum? Okay, that's the adult part. Now, the unique closer brand. Okay, I want to show you how I design my own one. So if you go to seansena.com/demo, now, not everyone needs a website. Okay, you can use a Google Doc to just put in your best things, but I'm obviously wanting to optimize whatever I can optimize and show my best side forward, right? And there's a theme to my brand, okay? The theme here is the last closer, and it's a little bit of a play on the last samurai, when all the good ones are dead, and then there's this the kind of epic effect. That's the concept I have in mind. And please don't copy what I put, okay? Go put your own. I had to change because I used to be the strategic closer. And then afterwards, I saw one guy, he watched my training. And then the next day, he became the strategy closer. And so now I have to innovate. Okay, all these things I teach. Okay, then the next week I see it appear somewhere else. So please create your own theme. So the theme here is that other closers are X, okay, and my value is in Y. And I want to keep repeating that value throughout the content that I put out, okay, whether it's Instagram, whether it's YouTube, like anytime I appear online, I want to present this theme, okay, because if you go to LinkedIn, okay, and you just quickly do a search, okay, you see all these messages, I don't even have the time to reply. You just search for high ticket closer, okay, now you're gonna see all results, okay. This is 44,000 of pretty much everyone that looks the same, that sounds the same, okay. And then if you go to page 100, it's still the same thing. It basically repeat for 100 pages. So there's only one last closer. This is the last one. After this, there's no more. The last closer. That's the concept. Okay. So you want to have a theme for your own brand. Okay. And a lot of closers you see on LinkedIn, like I just showed you, right? It's empty, generic, lifeless. You go to their profile, you see them share, I don't know, Anthony Robbins quote. You see their profile, you see them share maybe a Jack Ma post. You see a tweet about Elon Musk or whatever. They don't have their own voice, you know what I'm saying? You want to have your own voice, and in that voice, you want to put in your substance. And then some of you might start to think, I just want to close. Why you're asking me to do all this thing? Because there's a lot of work, Sean, and I don't want to do it. So you decide, okay? You decide. Is it more work to do this, or is it more work to keep getting lost in the shuffle and disrespected and disregarded and ignored? Which one is more work? You decide, okay? Because when all 100 pages of us, okay, all 44,000 of us apply to the same position, who has the higher chance? So which one has more work? You decide, okay? At the end of the day, the opportunities you attract. You know why I'm doing this? Because I want to attract the internet marketers. So obviously I got to show them that I understand funnel. I built this myself. I understand the UX and the UI design of the copywriting flow. I want to show them that I get your niche. So at the end of the day, the opportunities you attract mirror your brand because they can see. You know what I'm saying? What's the benefit of this? Is it really more work? I actually think it's less work. So over here, this guy is saying, they're basically referring me here and there. This happens every other week. Hey, this is Sean. This is a closer I was referring you to. And then it says, Sean, meet Julian. He needs closers. I'll let the two of you connect. And then, we hop on the call. And then the one in the middle, okay, it's my current influencer. He says, tell me about your experience. I sent him the demo. He says, you seem to know what you're doing. Okay, and then this other guy, I sent him my recording. And then, they are just very invested in the conversation. You don't see them disappear. You don't see them ghost, okay? Because they sense that you can help them. And how do they sense it? If you don't tell them, they don't know. So you have to show it. You have to show it in your brand. This one is hey, Sean, glad to connect with you. Let me send you my offer. Awesome, Sean. Why should we hire you? And then you see, I'm not even answering the question seriously. He said, how serious are you about getting a career? My answer is number 3, Bruce Lee. He said, awesome, I'll send you the link. Okay, so once you demonstrate the substance, you can get away with a lot of the things most closers with a generic profile, they cannot move through this conversation because there's simply so many things. Oh, I will probably never reply to these guys because there's just no space for me to do that. So what I want to see in you guys' brand is substance, not generic content. I don't want to see someone else's content. I don't want to see someone else's quote. I don't want to see your favorite sports car. I don't want to see your favorite Korean girl band, because these things they don't signal any value to your ideal influencer. Okay, and then you're gonna ask me, what is substance and how do I have it or how do I show it? In my influencer attraction system, which is this one, and I'm gonna talk about it in a moment, I explain, okay, that the formula is really for you to, in layman terms, to know your shit. Okay, it's to study, synthesize, and share. Jay, we held hands and walked through snow and ice. That did not happen at all. Okay, you actually want to know your shit and study, synthesize, and share. Okay, when was the last time you actually blocked time out to study? And when I say study, I don't mean watch videos. When I say study, I actually mean that the thing you're trying to perfect, yes, Carla, exactly. The thing you're trying to perfect, let's say you have a spouse objection, or let's say you know you're weak at holding space, whatever that you want to refine at the moment, it has to enter your subconscious. Margaret, those things repelled me when I started personal development, the memes, yes. Yeah, you want to have your own thing, right? So it has to enter your subconscious. And what does that mean? It's one thing to watch the video. It's one thing to say, I know. If someone says this, then you have to ask, Mr. Prospect, before I go, you have to blah, 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 blah. Like all these things I also know how to say. You know what I'm saying? Anyone can say. You can train a parrot to say that, you know? But it's a different thing when it enters your subconscious, because now what's going to happen is your subconscious will actually find a way, and we don't really know how this works, but your subconscious will actually find a way to connect with your prospect's subconscious. So you could stammer, you could stutter. Like you see today's training, I don't even follow any kind of like a 3 secrets webinar or anything like that. I'm just connecting with you. You know, because I actually internalize these things. So what's happening now is my subconscious is connecting with yours. Do you feel like I'm reading from a teleprompter right now? Do you feel like I rehearsed this 5 times and I got on this Zoom to make a presentation? Do you feel that artificial feeling from me? Or do you feel like I am actually speaking from my heart? I'm speaking from my understanding, because it's from here, it's not from here. If it's from here, you're going to feel a very weak connection with what I'm saying. And then you're going to feel a little bit of a delay. And then when it hits you, you're going to be like, this guy is saying all the right things, but it's just something that's not clicking. And this is very unconscious. So when you do this on a sales call, what's going to happen is a prospect is going to feel like he said all the right thing. He overcame all my objections, but it's just not clicking. That's why it happened. That's why you can buy all the courses you want. And in the end of the day, if you don't go back and forth, because you know my background is sports and martial arts, I always had a coach for me to go back and forth. And then that repetition, and it's not blind repetition, because he's actually correcting me. He's actually refining me. If I practice on my own, I'm going to build so many bad habits that is very difficult to undo in my later years. Does that make sense? So you actually want to refine it with a proper direction until it enters your subconscious. So on a sales call, you can lose your script. You can break the order of the call. You can stammer. You can have a, like me, Singapore accent. Okay, you can mess the whole thing up and you still get the sale. Because in your prospect subconscious, they feel like, okay, this guy gets it. This guy makes sense. This guy gets me. And then you feel secure, or when they feel secure, they make the investment. And then, okay, so this is what I mean by subconscious. Okay, this thing actually exists in all of your closer content as well, in your brand. The things you say, the energy you give out, the content you post, like the soul knows what's real. At the end of the day, the soul knows what's real. Okay, so that's substance. Everyone following, give me a hashtag substance. Okay, and then after you study and synthesize, you make it your own, you got to share. Because if I see a lot of you, when I check your friends list, you are friends with all the closest. And then the people that are seeing your post are all your closer friends. That shouldn't be the way, because your the people that you want to see, want to connect with are not closers, they are business owners. So you cannot keep connecting with more and more and more closers. Your audience growth here needs to be with business owners. Okay, so I see a lot of your posts and then 3 of your closer friends like it. And then you keep posting, you keep talking about your day, and then your closer friends keep liking it. But that shouldn't be the case. You want the influencers to connect with you. So I want to see you guys' audience growth expand, the right type of audience. Then the content you put, they can see it. If no one sees it, as good as there's no brand, you know what I'm saying? You're going to have traffic, okay? And then you're going to say, but Sean, I don't have experience and I don't know what to say and I don't like to create content. If you go to my younger brother's profile, Sean Lim, you see, who is this chick hitting on me? You see, the things that Sean Lim is posting is, there's no photo, okay? And it's not a 6-star copy, okay? It's just me study, synthesize, share, study, synthesize, share, study, synthesize, share. And this one is, okay, me and this is Jay, and it's a poem, okay? This one is a short copy. So this is me just documenting my day, okay? So I don't need you to become a 6-star copywriter. You know what I'm saying? I don't need you to become a 6-star content creator. I just need you to be 3 stars, if not 2.5. Okay? So you can use this profile to model after what a professional, focused, full-time closer with a full-time closer brand should be. Okay, and this was what I was doing all the way back even in 2018 when I was still training as a closer and I had no experience. This is exactly what I was doing. Okay, and this is enough for you to start connecting with quality influencers because you think they really want experience. Not true. They actually want someone who is coachable, who is adult, okay, who has the hunger, who learns fast, who can get things done. Because experience, no experience, if you come in and you don't deliver, they still have to release you. So what they keep saying they want experience, but what they really want is the value of that experience. Okay, so as long as you can sell them, does this guy look like someone who is wasting his life away? Does this guy look like someone who is having a part-time job and then closing is his plan B? No, right? You can see the energy that I'm putting out is I'm all in, you know, I'm serious about closing. I know my niche well, okay? I know my substance well, and I'm consistent, okay? So once 20, 50, 100 of us from this legion of closers apply, I like my younger brother's chances a lot. You know what I'm saying? Okay. So at the end of the day, this value is not about, hey, influencer, go fix a broken link. It's not about that. Okay. It's what is the degree of the problems you're solving. Okay. And please don't be a hot air closer. Okay. Solve with your actions. Don't tell them what you're going to solve. Do it. Okay. And the criteria is very simple. You just need to find a business owner with a high ticket offer so that your margins are high. Okay. And the values, the culture, the standards have to be a fit. Anything less than this, please, please, please say no. A lot of your problems can be solved just by saying no. You're going to dare to say no. You're going to make it a habit to say no. Say no to the good so that you can make space for the great. Okay. Now, I want to talk about self-sufficiency, and this is really the key to completing yourself. Essentially, it's in its simplest terms, it just means you can get calls booked. Not calls with anyone, but calls with your ICA. You know what's your ICA? It's your influencer's ideal client avatar. Do you know your influencer's ideal client avatar? Go and find out. Okay. Once you have that, you should start investing in your own ability to bring your own pipeline and build your own pipeline. End of story. End of story. That's it. It's that simple. And the main two skills that you want to have, number one, the one here at the bottom is what I teach in one of my programs called Beast Setters. Okay. Because I'm going to go into companies, I'm going to train their setters, I'm going to train their sales teams. And I have put this training into a program called Beast Setters, which teaches how can anyone set high quality appointments organically. And I don't have the time to teach the whole thing. Okay, so I put it in a course and I can share with you in a while. Okay, and my own way of closing, it's called the strategic closing system. Okay, it's a two-call approach. Okay, and once you can do that, okay, you're self-sufficient. Okay, can you think of 3 places where your ICA congregates? You go there, for sure they're there. So if I say today you go start 5 conversations in these 3 places, you can definitely give me that KPI. Because once you send me your screenshots, once you send me the conversation, I can start coaching you. Then you can get calls booked. Okay, you want to master all the possible touch points where conversations can happen. Look at my LinkedIn, okay, it's flooded with conversation. Look at my Facebook Messenger, it's flooded with conversations. These are all places where conversations can happen. Basically, all social media platforms, okay, has the ability to have conversations. That's why it's called social media, okay? Once you have conversations, every prospect goes through the same journey, okay? At the end of the day, it's identifying what are we trying to solve here. Okay, I don't want to go into detail of the specific phases, but they all go through the same journey. At the end of the day, it's what are we trying to solve here? Is there a need? Is there urgency? Are we a fit? That's what you do when you're in the conversation. That's what I'm teaching with Beast Setters. So if today I ask you, let's close 1 sale today, okay? Find me 5 of your influencers ICA. I want to see their profile. I want to see their names. I want to see 5 conversations you have with them. Screenshot, okay? And then let's get 3 of them on a call. I don't believe by the end of this month, you don't hit your income goals. I completely don't believe in that at all. If I can see your screenshots, if I can see your numbers, if I can review your calls, I guarantee this will happen. You're going to book, close. And then the money, it just comes as a result. Can everyone type in the chat, hashtag result? Don't chase the money. Don't chase this. Chase this. Okay? Chase this. Do not go for this. This one is useless. Okay? When you get on a call, okay, it's the same thing. Whatever you do on texting happens on a call. Okay, what are we trying to solve here? What is the real need? Okay, what is the real urgency? What's the best result I can give you? Okay, and at the end of the day, okay, if you want access to the slides, okay, just do a short testimonial, whether you type it out or you do a video, just a short one. Do a testimonial for today's training and drop it in our Facebook group. Okay, I'll send you access to the slides so you can study all the technical stuff in detail. At the end of the day, every sale, whether it's text or call, you need these 8 beliefs. Minus any one of them, you're not getting the sale. So whenever you ask, how do I overcome this objection? Or what if they say this? Or what if they say that? Or what if this happens? At the end of the day, all those blockages occur because one of these beliefs are not met. Okay? If you are able to fulfill all these criteria, this is what falls out at the end of the process. Okay, you check your PayPal, you check your email, you get paid. So if you missed my post on Monday, I was doing a birthday bundle thing where I actually put, and this is the only time you're gonna get this opportunity. What you're seeing now is my signature program, 6-figure closer. This sells for 1,500, no coaching. Okay, this sells for 1,500. If you want a tour, I can send you a tour, but essentially this is all you need to be self-sufficient. Okay, this one plus strategic closing, how I close, triage enrollment, okay, plus B status, all the touch points, all the scripts, all the trackers, all the things that you can use today to fulfill this KPI, okay, is bundled in this package, plus my influencer attraction system. For those of you who still don't have influencers, okay, please get this. This is the IAS, okay, that's gonna refine your unique closer brand, teach you how to get calls booked at will, okay, teach you how to close using my method. Okay, it's not some deep psychology thing. Okay, it's a very direct and basic approach, okay, that you can train a parrot to close. Okay, and everything that I've ever created, no coaching, just a course. Okay, send me or type in the chat #birthday or send me a DM #birthday. Okay, and I'm going to send you access to this link. This is the last week for my birthday special. For $397, you're going to get all these things in one. Lifetime access. Okay, plus the first 3 enrollments get a one-on-one call with me, no sales pitch, deep dive coaching call for 60 minutes to make sure that all these resources are not going to become some shitty download that you put in your folder and you never touch it ever again. I want to see work. And some of you that already bought this and you haven't sent me your homework, okay, 500 push-ups, okay. So this is the bundle, this is the deal, and I will leave you to calculate what is the individual and combined value of this in terms of the price and in terms of what you can earn with this investment. You go and do the math yourself, and then you go and close yourself, okay, and then you go and do whatever you need to do. Whether you get this or whether you go and learn on your own, at the end of the day, I hope that you got the message loud and clear. Stand on your own feet. Get your own calls booked, close your own deals, become self-sufficient, okay? I have seen closers that they have all these skills, these like trackers, scripts, systems, they actually have no problems with that. But whether they work hard or whether they shut down, the real ceiling is actually inside. Deep down, they have fear, they don't trust themselves. It's usually one of these two. So they can't be as consistent as they want to be. And they keep getting stuck in this loop. And they keep falling into this bottomless pit. And deep down, they are really unhappy with being in there, because at the end of the day, it's not even about money for them because they can just get a job, right? It's really about the ability to respect themselves, the courage to be themselves. That's where they get stuck. And I know, because I'm one of you. So don't think I don't know. Okay, and a lot of people cope with alcohol, fear, procrastination. Okay, some of them are really being hit by the wake-up calls called relationship crisis. So I hope at the end of the day, you realize that if anything, the root of closing is for your ability to close yourself. That's my definition of closing. Have you ever thought about your definition of closing? Because for a lot of people, it's just, I want to make money. Just let me get on the internet and make money. I told you at the start of this training, that mentality is what makes you weak and vulnerable. That's why people prey on you, because they know you're looking for shortcuts. So they sell you their generic thing and they motivate you with fireside chat. And then you buy the program, what do you get? They tell you to, number 1, think out of the box. Number 2, be patient. So at the end of the day, if you're able to close yourself, you can do anything. When you have a belief that says, I think I'm always destined to make a certain amount in life, if you can close yourself to break that belief, okay, if you think that I'll never be able to become a machine that gets like 3, 4, 5 calls booked a day. If you can close yourself to say, no, I'm going to learn it. I'm going to overcome the learning curve. I'm going to figure out how to get calls booked. Okay, this is me. Every time I got a call booked for my influencer, I will text my wife, okay, because I forgot to record my wins. So please always record your wins. Okay, or I can't close. I'll never see this kind of numbers in my PayPal. Okay, if you can close yourself to break that belief, okay, and acquire the skills to do that, you become the complete closer. Then whether you have a coach that's incongruent, whether you have a coach that is passive, that doesn't care whether you live or die, whether you have an influencer that got funnel, no funnel, as long as you find a good offer and the values are aligned with you, you know that you can go to that company and say, give me that offer. Give me the rights to sell that offer for you. Okay, I will build this whole machine for you. I will bring calls in. I will get calls booked and I will close deals for you. Okay, you know what you become? You become the complete closer. Okay, so for those of you who are interested in working with me or talking more with me, head over to seansena.link and fill out the form. Okay, this is what I have at the end, my highest level of transformation that I can give you. This is the back end of my coaching program. And no, it is not some course that you are going to get and then it's a piece of generic shit that sits in your download folder that you cannot use. I am with you every step of the way in this roadmap to build your self-sufficiency, okay, to build your unique closer brand, to build your skills, okay? If you're at a point where you need a coach, someone behind your back to guide you through all these obstacles, okay, I'm here for you. Okay, just make sure that when I want to see homework, you have homework. Otherwise, 500 push-ups. Okay, record a video and then you post in our Facebook group. Okay, so seansena.link is my application form. And if you don't see a common time, just DM me to set up a manual time. I know a lot of you are having questions about exactly what's in this, exactly what's here. Okay, you want the slides, leave a testimonial, and then I'll send it to you. Okay, a lot of you might have questions of what the hell am I getting inside here? What's in your birthday bundle? Should I do coaching with you? You know, should I stay with my current coach? Should I stay with my current influencer? Whatever your question is, you want to talk to me, just fill up the form here, okay, or just send me a message. I want to thank each and every single one of you for giving me your Friday morning, Friday night, and for those of you who make the time to study the replay, thank you for giving me a precious 60 minutes. I hope this was worth your time. I hope this inspired you to become a better closer. And my goal for you is that by the end of this year, okay, you can proudly call yourself a 6-figure complete closer. Until next time, it's Sena, and I'll see you very soon. Bye-bye.